Well, Chicago Bulls come up short. They had an opportunity to have a perfect road trip, one that we haven't seen in a long time. But hey, they just didn't get it done today, Stevo, and unfortunately leads to a loss. But hey, it is what it is. We're gonna get to it right after the intro.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central. It's your boy Big Bro. We got Stevo in for Hayes out taking care of business. Chicago Bulls lose to the doggone LA Clippers. It wasn't a good second half, but in the first half, looked like they came to play, Stevo.
No, for real. Like we said on the Chi-Town Sports, like we already knew that they was gonna come in with a different type of spunk, and they was gonna come in with more adjustments. So I felt like they should have been planning ahead and knew kind of what they was gonna do. I felt like one, we was going to see a ton more zones. Two, a lot of more bodies going to be thrown at DeMar because he was getting to his spots way too easy. And three, the way we were attacking to get the points that we did have, all we was doing was just penetrating the paint and kicking out. And of course, me predicting the zone, you're not going to be able to penetrate like they've been doing. So I felt like coming into the first half, they had to work on moving without the ball and moving the ball around quicker than they were. And they seemed to couldn't find a way to do it. And they didn't crashing the boards has been killing us lately. And it bit us in the ass once again. So it is what it is. Like at the end of the day, it's levels to this shit. This is a team we went up against that's probably gunning for the finals, and we just surviving to try to possibly make it to the play-in, possibly the playoff. So, hey, the better team won. The more experienced team won, and it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tale of two halves for the Chicago Bulls tonight, and it wasn't like anybody on the Clippers went out there and lit up the world tonight. It's just that the Bulls
No.
had a lot of unforced turnovers, a lot of errors. Like they only had 12 turnovers, Steve-O, but
Mhm.
five of them came from Kobe White, and pretty much all of the turnovers that he had was just him having like a brain cramp. As it just seemed like he was just out of sorts, out of his depth a little bit tonight. So at the end of the day, man, it's up to the Bulls to be able to overcome these things, and they've done it on this road trip. And let's see what they can do in the next game. On who they playing Monday?
Dallas.
Dallas, and you know what Dallas brings to the table. Luka Doncic is gonna come ready to play. So we're gonna get to y'all's comments in a second, man. But Chicago Bulls lose to the Clippers tonight with Vucevic, DeMar DeRozan, and to a certain extent, Kobe White struggling tonight. DeMar DeRozan was 8 for 19 with 24 points, and then you had 9 for 22 from Vucevic, and then you had 7 for 16 from Kobe White. Neither of those three, your de facto big three or mid three, as people like to say. None of them shot above 45% tonight, Steve-O, and that's not good. But DeMar DeRozan did have your double-double with 24 points, 10 assists, 8 rebounds, and then you had another double-double from Vucevic with 22 points and 11 assists. But Kobe White just left a lot to be desired tonight. How you feeling about his efforts?
Yeah, it was not the offensive night that we all expect for Kobe to be having, but it is what it is. He finished with 19 points, 7 for 16. I mean, at the most point, it felt like especially at the beginning of the game, it really felt like it was going to be a DeMar ass game. So I think he was really pretty much deferring, letting him fill out the game and how it was going to be. But there was times where I think my biggest issue with Kobe today was his decision making. There was too many times where he had come off the pick and attacked the rim, and in between the dotted lines, he'd either make a unreasonable pass or just a reactionary pass, and it was the wrong thing, and it caused a lot of turnovers and a lot of fast breaks for the Clippers. So I think if he just tightened it up on his playmaking today, which we all know that's not his strongest suit, he's constantly got better and improved his game when it comes to the playmaking side. But it was just one of those games where he just didn't have it right. when it comes to it with 4 assists, and we all know when he's cooking, he gets way more assists than that. And 9 out of 10, when he is playing that way, and the assist is rolling, we're most likely gonna win the game. But the three wasn't falling as much as it could. He finished 3 for 9. And a lot of this, I just really need this team to find better ways to get to the paint. It's so easy to stop us to go to the paint because all we got to do is build a wall or send some type of zone. Usually, it's always the 2-3 zone they send at us. And once we do that, we just try to shoot it out the zone, which is, most people, that's how you break a zone, is shooting out of it. But there's multiple ways that you can break a zone. But of course, Billy Donovan ain't gonna do those type of things. So it is what it is.
Speaking of the paint, Vucevic did take 22 shots tonight, Steve-O, but he just wasn't on. Like, if he goes 13 for 22 as opposed to 9 for 22, we're looking at most likely a different outcome this
But as a
afternoon.
team, how was we in the paint though?
I don't have those numbers up right now, but I get where you're coming from. Kobe missed a lot of shots. DeRozan missed a lot of shots. He was 8 for 19 as well. A couple of those were chip shots, layups. Even at the end of the game, he missed a push shot right in front of the rim. Torrey Craig, that probably was like the writing on the wall right there when he didn't catch
Yeah,
that ball and hurt himself at the same time. So yeah, man. So you got Big
yeah,
Kev, you
buddy
got
stuck right on his ankle, bro.
Listen, that was crazy. Big Kev and Steve-O in for Hayes tonight, who's taking care of business. D-Trips jumped in early, said that he think we can get this dub. Couldn't. Io with the buzzer, halftime shot. Caruso
Nice.
is a demon on defense, bro. So glad to hear the news about Lonzo too. We're all kind of like whatever with the Lonzo news. Then you
Bro.
got Alex Lorez, look at Io, man, so inspirational. And that is true. If you're from Chicago, whenever you see a Chicago kid thriving in any aspect, whether it be in athletics, entertainment, whatever, we definitely love to see it for sure, for sure. Mateo with the Vooch looking like Orlando Vooch, that didn't last.
I don't know about today.
Yeah,
Right.
that didn't last. What was the Lonzo news? It says that Lonzo is actually cutting, jumping, doing contact, things that he hasn't been able to do for the last 10 to 15 years. No halftime hangout, ringside perspective. And then we had Vooch is playing great. That didn't last. They talked about the situation with Lonzo. All right, so we'll just go down a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. Every time, here we go. MJ was upset first. Or let's go with mediocre self. Mediocre self with the damn 3-1 ain't bad though, and that's facts. We'll all take 3-1, especially with Sacramento on the roster. And who else was on there? The other two teams that they beat. Golden State was on there, and they hadn't beat
Golden
Golden State.
State and
They
who was that team that we beat? I'm getting a brain fart. It was Cleveland.
No, Cleveland was on the was Cleveland at the road on the road?
Yeah, that was the game before.
Yeah, and they won that one in
Yeah,
overtime for sure.
yeah.
So then MJ
Second
say
overtime. We had 2 overtimes that game.
MJ say that they effing suck, and that's not necessarily true. The Bulls are what they said they were going to be, competitive, and that's what they are every single night. You can't just say that they suck. Every time we're close, we're one game behind 500. We mess it up. I just don't understand why we're allergic to 500. It's a mental thing. Everybody in that locker room knows what their getting close to 500 record is, and until they get over that hump, it's going to be like a huge mental block. Steve-O, what do you think
Yeah.
about this situation with them?
I mean, when it just comes down to the point where like you have to make smart decisions down the stretch, and every single game they do something that we're known for as a bad thing. Like either we start taking ill-advised shots, or we stop going to the hot man, or the defensive rotation ain't tight, or we give up. And
Yeah.
that was a lot of the things that happened today. We pretty much gave up at like the 2 to 3 minute mark. We didn't have that strange spunk we came in with the game. We didn't have that same energy that we came in even fighting back in that fourth quarter. We just got tired and we said, well, it's over, so we might as well lay down. We got more games to come. I guess that's what it seemed like to me. But it just when it's the common thing when it comes to this Bull team. Whenever we were faced with any type of adversity, we rely and go back to the things we are terrible with, and that's just it is what it is. Once again, it's also a mental hurdle when you constantly see how close you can be to passing a certain peak, or even when it comes to 500 or who you can pass team wise, it can mess you up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The Bulls didn't learn their lesson from Matthew from with Zubac's piss poor execution to close out the game. Shea says, I said in a couple of games ago, one day the lack of team rebounding is going to hurt us very badly in the game. I mean, besides that Cleveland game when they got 1,000 rebounds, they've come back down to earth, and it is what it is. They're gonna have to regroup and adjust. Alerts to 500 and pick and roll. Defense says Deji Taru, and then we have Zandis Hoover. Love seeing switches and terrible pick and roll defense hurting us. I guess that's sarcasm. Maybe they will watch some film and actually learn. But then again, it's Vooch and Billy, so probably not. Well,
Probably the fuck not.
but at the end of the day, I guess if we're talking about defensive adjustments, that's one thing. But the coaching has been better, Steve-O. Like, I think they are actually watching film, and the team is responding to whatever it is that Billy Donovan and company
I don't know.
are putting in place.
I feel like the game plan has been better. I don't know about coaching. The
But that's
game plan come.
but that's part of
I
coaching.
mean,
I get what
it's
you're
part
saying.
of it.
In game adjustments still lack.
Yeah, like even that, like we could come in with the same game plan and he won't switch from it. Like he won't even change anything around. Like anybody can come up with a game plan. That don't mean just because it works doesn't mean he's coaching good. No, he just came up with a good game plan. And they're executing that game plan.
It's the Matt Nagy effect. He did the same thing. He wouldn't adjust at halftime either. Why do we give up so many corner threes? That's the best shot in the NBA, and they do a lot of pin down screens. All teams do this. It's hard. Go ahead.
We're not the best. I was just saying we're not the best rotation defense team. We're just not. There's so many times where we're late on rotations, we're not communicating, and that's really the biggest thing. The reasons why we're not that good is because we're probably one of the worst communicating teams on defense, and that suffered once we lost Zoe. Zoe was probably the most vocal Zoe is as a person is when he's on defense. That's all I heard when he was on the floor.
His defensive IQ was definitely high, and again, teams know that players like Vooch, DeRozan, they're not going to really fight through hard, screens like that. So when they do those pin down screens, they're going to find themselves open a lot. And the Bulls give up the most threes in the NBA, the most taken and the most made. Sam from Maryland says, "No way, some of y'all are whining. We just lost to a top team. Why are we dookie on our players? I didn't get to watch a full game, but 3-1 in stretch ain't bad. Y'all act like we are a good team."
Because ain't nobody's finna be cool just because we're improving slightly. I don't care that we're just 3-1. That's nice and all, but I want to see actual improvement. And y'all just keep showing me y'all gonna do the same old shit. Like I don't like a 3-0. A run don't mean nothing. To me personally, it just don't. I'm not finna give you a high five for something you're supposed to do.
I would have gave him a high five for 4-0 on the road trip. I would have gave him that.
I mean, I would have gave you a high five, but I'm just saying, like 3-0, 3-1. I'm not impressed. That don't take away that you don't deserve any criticism. Like if you're playing like shit, you're playing like shit.
They do deserve criticism because even the 3 wins that they got were very hard fought. However, we can also give them credit for what they did. So I get where you're coming from, Steve-O. OTR NW. I'm going to say that NW stands for Notice Winchester.
Oh, I ain't know what the fuck he was about to say. Yo ass been on one today.
You tried to stop me.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
I wasn't gonna say nothing crazy. Watching Vooch play defense is so funny in a painful way. I mean, Vooch doesn't have the dexterity, man. He's not light on his feet at all.
He never been an on-ball defender, ever.
You can tell, like Vooch, when he was a toddler, you could hear him walking throughout the rest of the house. Like he always been heavy-footed and slow-legged.
Bro, you could tell they tried to get his ass in karate when he was young and it didn't work.
Yeah, because he just didn't have any.
He got sandbags for feet.
Yeah, no flexibility. The layup he hit toward the end of the game, he didn't even jump. He just threw it in. Big Diesel, sad but not mad. 3-1 on the road is a win, and that's facts. The Bulls did get close
That's
to
a
the
good way. I
500.
ain't mad. I am annoyed.
3-1 out west trip, maybe that will get them some confidence coming back home. They played really good. I'm proud of Fonem from Bulls Daily. I see you, my guy. Super duper Danko says we lost because
That's
of
a
them
hell of a name.
not containing Zubac. Also, the Clips are just a much better defending team, but I still like the way we play. Good sign for the future. What's missing? That's a good question with the
A lot of shit.
what's missing, but I'm not necessarily sure if the Bulls didn't contain Zubac. Zubac was 7 for 9. They didn't contain him 7 for 9, so he only missed 2 shots.
No, he talking about them lobs. He got like 7
Yeah,
straight lobs.
in that third to fourth quarter, he had 9 rebounds, 16 points. So yeah, he didn't kill like in terms of getting a 30 and 10, but he had 16 and 9 and only missed 2 shots. So you're right,
And
though the pick and roll defense was awful tonight for the Chicago Bulls when it came to, especially when it was Zubac in the beard.
yeah. I don't think that was the reason why we lost. I feel like we lost on rotations and turnovers.
And
That was the
offensively,
main
like you can't have your
thing. And
big
we stopped
three.
scoring. Yeah.
Right, like what we were talking about it earlier. DeRozan, Kobe. Well, Kobe was, he was all right. 7 for 16 ain't too bad, but 9 for 22 from Vooch and 8 for 19 from DeMar DeRozan. That's not going to get it done in any situation. Really, they got to be more efficient.
No, for real.
Ron says the lack of adjustment on Zubac was terrible. That's facts. And then we got Keon Johnson. How many turnovers did Kobe White have? Let's talk about that. He did have 5 turnovers, if I'm not mistaken,
That's what I said. He made too many turnovers today.
and all of them were unforced. You didn't see too many situations where Kobe was pressured into giving the ball up. My man was just giving it
Bad
away.
decision making.
Terrible decision making from Kobe tonight. Kobe 5 turnovers, one of his worst ball handling games this season. I agree with you, my guy. And then we got DLOFC. They gas Billy rotation. Yeah, Billy's rotations tonight. I think Bateem should have got a little bit
All
more tick.
types of doodle.
I think Bateem should have got a little bit more tick. Like you can tell that he's shooting with confidence, and I want to see him get more like 5 or 6 shots a game as opposed to 1 or 2. What about you, Stevo?
That and I'm every time we play like a fucking playoff team, this nigga never plays Dalen or goddamn Julian. Like I'm
Julian got a
tired of
little
him
bit of
doing it.
Yeah, he got a little bit of
Yeah.
it,
Like
but
I'm tired of him doing that. They have to be put in these situations against these teams. Like stop taking them away from these experiences.
that's
Like
facts.
there's too many. I don't fucking want to see Javon Carter fucking no more. I don't
No,
want to see him.
he don't
Like
want to
I'm
see him.
tired of seeing him, and you keep putting his little ass out there. You fucking one time in the game, last time I see him, this nigga go help defense try to trap fucking Kawhi. You're 6 foot. He don't even see you.
Right. It's not necessary. Billy
Like,
did sub too
damn.
little in this game. Uh Billy needs to, from Keon, Billy needs to play Kobe off ball when he's turning the ball over like that. Caruso is bringing it, like the Bulls bring it up with a lot. DeRozan bring it up more than Kobe does, to be honest. Kobe was messing up just in general. DL hugely. They look a little gassed by the fourth. Too many lapses, turnovers, still a decent road trip. See red. Let's get these W's at home. And we know that Dallas is coming to town. However, Dallas is prone to playing bad defense. So the Bulls got a chance. And they came out with confidence tonight. Let's see if they can keep it going. Shay, with all due respect, Billy Donovan, because he's been doing a good job. But when you see the game get out of control and your team going on a 0-8 run, you have to step in and do something. That's true. Fatigue was a big factor. Did the Bulls play last night?
No.
Yeah, I ain't trying to hear that. They world-class athletes. Jordan K, I respect what you're saying, but the Bulls had no business being tired. Where Hayes at? Hayes is out taking care of business.
He got a life too, man.
Yeah, Vooch not good in the second half. Yeah, you're right about that, especially defensively. That's fact. What's happening? Buddy saying, yo, we see you, my guy. Bulls daily. Ime Udoka will be a good coach for us. Absolutely. They should have tried to get him, but they signed Billy Donovan to a secret extension. Shay, what I believe teams have already figured out that Nikola Vucevic and DeMar DeRozan and Kobe White in terms of offense. After that, there's nobody else. I wouldn't say there's nobody else. Ayo has been playing really, really well this season offensively. He's a threat from three. He can drive. He scores at the basket. There's no way that we can leave Ayo off of that offensive list that you made, Shay. And then Bateem has an opportunity to get better and provide too. Rob and Toll definitely look fatigued out there in the fourth. They closed out the third well, though after a terrible start to the third quarter, they did. Billy had no answer for that zone defense. And Stevo, you mentioned that at halftime that the zone defense was going to come.
Yep. I mean, I don't know how I can predict this shit, but the fucking coach that got a secret fucking extension for God knows how long can't figure that shit out. But I ain't surprised. He never figures it out when somebody throw a fucking zone at his ass.
That's true. Shay saying you don't necessarily have to be a good offensive team, but moving without the basketball is very fundamental.
It's simple basketball. That literally can fuck up the best defensive team. That can fuck them up.
Listen, I'm 41 years old and I still move without the basketball when I go to the YMCA. That's how I get my money, honestly. Because people fall asleep. It don't matter how good you are defensively. Eventually, you're gonna fall asleep. 17 points in the fourth quarter is not good, and that's true because I think they only hit like 5 shots in the fourth quarter. That was
They
terrible.
clamped that ass down because
At one,
like I said, it's hard to clamp us. It's hard. Well, it ain't hard. It's easy to clamp motherfuckers down when they ain't the greatest shooters and they're gonna try to shoot their way out of a zone.
yeah, and that's why I'm saying you need to see a little bit more of a team in that fourth quarter, Steve-O, to stretch the floor for real, like legitimately stretch the floor. I'm not mad that we went 3-1. I appreciate you. Hayes said it best. We believe in the losses more than wins. We went 3-1. No effing way I'm mad at that. And not having to stay up till midnight. I'm good. See red. Yes, sir.
Bro.
Hey, Baltoro Payne. I agree with you, my guy. Baltoro Payne. Rob Anto. Yeah, although I'm not criticizing, I'm happy with 3-1 road tip. But we got to win these games at home no matter the opponent. The Bulls have shown all season that they can play with any team in this league. It's going to be a close game in the fourth quarter at some point in pretty much every game the Bulls played. Dallas, then Indy, then the Clippers on the second day of back-to-back games too. That's going to be tough. But hey, they can take care of business. We almost done with the comments. Dwayne Taylor, we win together, we lose together. Bulls for life. See red, absolutely. And
It's so
so,
bad, boys. Look,
right? Was it a clutch game? I wasn't paying attention. It wasn't necessarily clutch,
no.
but the Bulls had a chance to make it clutch, and they didn't. Then
Damn,
we got
North Carolina beating Duke ass
already. Look, Kobe
21-6.
Ugh. Kobe didn't have a good game, but can we please talk about Javon Carter not even taking a shot? I don't
I
even
don't
think
want to talk about that
yeah,
motherfucker.
I'm not even sure I saw him in the second half
I
either.
ain't gonna talk about his frisbee head ass.
Yeah, old Cheeto Puff head.
Um,
Steve-O said another thing, Shay said, Steve-O, another thing that gets on my nerves about the same as the fact that we don't look to capitalize when we get steals, like literally get out and run. That's the most easiest points you can get. Yeah,
worst fucking fast break team in the league.
Yeah, the Bulls flare to the 3-point line way too much when they have opportunities to cut to the basket. It's
Niggas
crazy.
play. See, it's not shocking because it's two main people that doing this. The young niggas that play
Yeah,
2K
Io runs to the
and
three.
Kobe.
Yeah, it's irritating. Cut to the basket. We get another chance at them this week coming up. That's true. Antal's talking about the Bulls started from three shooting well and then didn't make enough threes in the second half. That's true. We knew that the Clippers weren't going to go 5 for 18 or 5 for 19 from three in the second half. 3-1 on the road trip is not bad, but I'm frustrating this coach. What's up, Melvin? Always has this team come out flat in the third quarters and never make crucial challenges when we need to take points away. And that's true.
Right.
There was a stretch where it was a 5-point game with like 8 minutes to go. And there was a situation where James Harden got fouled on a block. I think Kobe blocked it
Chase
from
down
behind,
block. Yeah.
and they did not challenge it. And that right there was, pretty much a momentum play that should have been at least challenged to settle the Bulls down because it's like a timeout.
And it was clean. And he ain't fucking look at it. And you know what's crazy? The team know he ain't gonna do it because they don't even go up to the motherfucker.
It's annoying.
They don't even ask for it because they know he not gonna do it.
Zubac almost matched Vooch in stats. In 10 minutes less, those pick and rolls, Vooch still the worst in the league. at the drop guy coverage, and help wasn't
You don't know
there
how to
quick
read
enough.
that shit.
Yeah,
It's
he don't move his feet, but he's not athletic. Part of it is like whereas a Bam Adebayo can jump and deflect that pass over the top, or even an Anthony Davis, Vooch doesn't have the verticality to even contest.
try.
Even if he guesses the play right, it's still an effective play for the defense because they know that his athleticism is lacking to a degree where 9 times out of 10 the play is going to work regardless. DL
He's throwing lobs that you can't even touch, honestly.
DL hugely. Yeah, I get a bad feeling as soon as Torrey bobbled. Yeah, I got a bad feeling. Yeah, that's true. When Torrey bobbled the ball, that was a bad feeling. Utah. Yeah, that was Utah. It was Utah, the other team that we beat.
Mm-hmm.
Them boys are tired. Kobe and DeRozan played too many minutes. They need a break. Let the younglings get a game or two. See what we can do with the minutes. That's never gonna happen. I'm sorry, Shadow Master MC. That's never gonna happen. 500 mental hurdle definitely exists. That's fact. Could the double bigs have helped? No, Drummond was just off tonight, bro. Him and Kobe both was like in their head. I think LA was getting to him. The Matt Nagy effect is raw. That's true, Delbert. It's the Matt Nagy effect for sure. You can put a game plan in place, but can you adjust during the game? Drummond should have been subbed early in the second half to stop Zubac. Maybe defensively, but offensively, Drummond was just he was boo boo, man.
Yeah, he wasn't it.
Even on offense, our rotations ain't the best. Steve-O pointed
Nope.
that out. No, he's spitting factuals, facts. You rarely get into the bonus as quickly instead of the Bulls were in the bonus for like 10 minutes to like
And
9
we
minutes to go.
wouldn't fucking attack.
It was
We
crazy,
just
bro.
wouldn't.
It
He
was
just
crazy.
wouldn't do it. I don't
It
know
was
what's wrong. And it goes back to even with Zoe. I mean, not Zoe, fucking Zach. I don't understand why you athletic niggas on this team do not try to go get fouls. Y'all just don't try to do it. Y'all literally took this whole press conference of we're gonna shoot more threes. Y'all not them niggas.
mm-hmm.
Get to the hole, get to the free throw line, and if you hot, then shoot. What up, Seaway?
We see y'all, man. Would like to see more shots generated for the team. Yeah, we talked about it earlier. The team situation is crazy, bro. Like, there's no reason why Javon Carter should be getting more shots than the team. The team is confident, bro. Like when he shoot, he think the ball going in every time he shoot. Whereas there are other players who are kind of like guessing at whether or not they should shoot or not.
And I know somebody said the rotations was bad, but like, and somebody said like they played too many minutes. Like they had no choice when you got two of our bench players only averaging 10 minutes. You got Bateen played 10 minutes. Craig played 13. Dude, Tice came off the bench, played 20 minutes. I think
mm-hmm,
Coffee came off the bench and played 15 minutes.
mm-hmm,
Powell played 27, and then you got Bones playing 13. And
mm-hmm.
out of all of them, between Bose, Tice, and Powell, y'all got over about 40 points.
Mm-hmm. And every single body off the bench for the Bulls played less than 15 minutes, and 2 of them played less than 10 minutes.
And what they scored, and they only scored 6, 6, 3,
and
and that's it.
So yeah, the Billy Donovan's reliance on the bench is questionable at best. Then we got, man, I love Caruso. He just don't hit threes on the open side like he used to make them. You're right, but I can't complain because he plays really, really hard. But yeah, offensively, he's getting dangerously close to liability status. Whereas he shoots the ball at a clip that he thinks that he's like. Well, today he was 4 for 7, but you know the misses that he missed be open shots. You feel me? And sometimes he'll take 15 shots and be 4 for 15. That has to get better. Let's see who else we gonna talk about. Brazil Poplar, especially with bigger guys in their bench, which make Leroy scared. I'm not sure what that means.
Javon real name is Leroy.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's funny. Rob is saying Io's making threes at 3-7 clip. JK. Somebody said Caruso thumb is injured. JK said the most disappointing part was not trying to get to the line when we had a bonus with 6 minutes left. That's true.
Idiots. Fucking idiots, bro.
If Michael and Jerry Reinsdorf were competent owners, they go after Bob Meyer ASAP to clean this franchise and give up Chicago and Bulls fans the team they deserve. Huh? Hey, that's not gonna happen.
Niggas ain't selling shit.
Yeah, Jerry
I don't know how many times I gotta tell y'all that.
Making way too much money to be thinking about selling. To Steve-O's point, to the last game for the Bulls to finally convert on a perfect fast break point all this season. I have to blame coaching for not disciplining and fixing them on that.
You don't fix a damn thing. You don't fucking fix his head. That nigga just wake up and shake his head and go the fuck to work and grab a piece of gum. Nigga don't even eat breakfast.
Too many threes on fast breaks is crazy. There was also a lot of one out of bounds play, and they ended up with one timeout left over to the end of the game. Appreciate the post game. We see you, Rob. Appreciate you guys. Tyronn Lue went to zone after the bonus. I think he went to the zone in the second half. He went to
zone straight after half.
Yeah, in the second half. So there you have it, guys. The Chicago Bulls lose to the Los Angeles Clippers by 10 tonight, but the game was closer than that. Unfortunately, they didn't get much. Even though Debo almost had a triple-double, they just didn't play spirited enough, and Kobe White was just out of his depth. He didn't look like himself tonight, and it led to an L. So y'all already know Hayes is going to be back to hold it down for the pregame, postgame, and halftime hangout of when the Bulls play the Dallas on Monday. And who knows who else going to be on here from Chi-Town Sports. One of us might pop in. We appreciate the love and support. Don't forget to rock with the rest of the game on Chicago Bears Central, Chicago Sky Central, Blackhawks Central, the Shot Bulls podcast, and Chicago White Sox and Cubs Central. Melvin Winman, real quick before we get up out of here, Stevo, Billy Donovan eats gum for breakfast. That's true. But who doesn't? Thanks, Big Kev and Stevo. We appreciate that, JK. And then I'd hope Bubblegum is reminding them to get to the line winning the bonus. But who
hell the fuck
knows? Who knows? All right, y'all, man. Let me find this outro music and then we're going to get y'all out of here. Stevo, you got anything to say today?
Nah, man. See y'all next game.
Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.
Yeah,